Hey everybody, John Rimmer from the Training Rim here today. Kind of just a nice little segue there. I was going to say I'm a little on the distracted side today. Both my dogs here, because of the snowstorm that just occurred, there's a big hole in my ceiling over there with water coming through it. There's guys in and out trying to address it and trying to fix it, but I want to get to you with the secret of core training today. So bear with me if I seem a little distracted or kind of looking over my shoulder around the corner. Anyway, when it comes to core training, there are a few really common mistakes. One of them is that people have a tendency to think that the core is designed to move you, like the way that like your bicep would curl, the way that like your quadricep would extend your knee. So people have a tendency to do crunches, to do side twists, to do reverse back extensions. That's not really how, I should say it's not really how, that's not how your core is designed to move. What happens is your core, the center of your body, your lumbar spine, and all the muscles around it are designed to hold you upright. It's kind of like a beam on a building. They're not designed to move, they're designed to be stiff. So your shoulders can move, so your legs can move, stuff like that. If your lumbar spine, the muscles around them move too much, not only does that make you weaker because it gives you no base of support, this is what holds you steady when you push, when you pull, but it also makes you susceptible to injury. The lower back, the lumbar spine, is not designed to move very much. Only, and again, in the way a beam on a building is, or a skyscraper, the way it bends just a little bit in a windstorm or hurricane, it's kind of that way with your lumbar spine. It only moves a little bit just as a defense mechanism. It's not supposed to though. It's kind of dangerous if it does. So you can't be training yourself to be twisting, to be pulling, to be extending. You're not only making yourself weaker, because that's not how your body works. It's supposed to be stiff and stable, but you're also opening yourself up for an injury. Now, the way to approach this, and without boring you to death with the biomechanics and the physiology aspect of it, is in order to keep your core and your lumbar spine stable, what happens is the muscles around your spine, most of them have names this long, and the muscles are only about this big, and there are a whole bunch of them around the spine. And what happens is when you walk, when you run, when you push and pull things, they just reactively and reflexively tighten to hold your spine in place. It's not like a conscious decision on your part. It's not like you could say, hey, flex your bicep and flex your bicep. It's not like you can say, hey, squeeze your quadricep and your quadricep squeezes. It happens automatically. When you move your arms or you move your legs, all those muscles just simultaneously stiffen to keep your spine upright, to provide some support as you're pushing and pulling and moving. Now again, because it's not a conscious decision, it's kind of automatic, similar to the way that your heart and lungs and stuff like that work. The only way to improve, it's a reaction, it's a reflex. The only way to improve that is to kind of force your body into situations where it has to reflexively stabilize like that. That improves the process of as soon as you need stabilization, all those muscles, and there's a lot of them, all those muscles fire at once, boom, like that, just to keep this stable so you can push and pull. And truthfully, that's really one of the biggest differences between very strong people and not strong people, or very athletic people and not athletic people, or people with healthy backs and people who have unhealthy backs, is that reflexive stabilization comes through very quickly with the strong, athletic, healthy people. It's a step like millisecond too slow for people who are injury prone or not very athletic or not very strong, to be blunt. So basically, to improve your core strength, to improve your performance, you need to improve that process, that reflex stabilization. Now, there are countless ways to do that, far too many to get into in a video like this. But generally, we like to use what's called variable resistance, things that the weight changes as you are moving it. Bands are great for that. Rubber resistance is great for that because as the band gets elongated, the tension creates more resistance. So if you had a band, for example, that when it's stretched out this far, it's 10 pounds, when it's here it's 20 pounds, when it's here it's 30, and then it goes right back down to 10 very quickly, that changes and it forces your body to adapt. It forces your body to reflexively stabilize when you're pushing and pulling. It improves the process of keeping this stiff, stable, and strong as opposed to loose and weak. Kettlebells are great for that. The momentum of kettlebells, the fact that it moves in your hand a little bit, the fact that the weight is off-centered in your hand, that kind of causes your core to react and reflexively stabilize as well. Sandbags are good because sandbags, the weight shifts obviously. You can't really center it on you perfectly, and even if you did, it kind of moves as you do because there's sand in it. So if you're squatting with a sandbag, if you're lunging with a sandbag, every time it moves, the resistance changes, the weight kind of changes, how you stabilize it kind of changes. That improves that process of reflex stabilization right here. So again, that's the short version. I know I probably talked too much, but that's the short version. So bands are great for this, kettlebells are great for this, sandbags are great for that. Great for core training, reflexive stabilization. Think of it that way. Don't think in terms of crunching, twisting, extending. That's just going to make you injured. Long term, it's just going to make you weak. Okay? You know where to find me if you have any questions. Thanks.